Welcome to the December edition of Oilfield Network News. Let's start with an accident alert that you should send to everyone in your organization so they can learn from this and avoid repeat injuries. A near-fatal situation was encountered with winter driving due to lack of preparation for hazardous conditions. Anytime you go out in winter conditions, always take warm clothing and supplies to last a few days in the event you are stranded by unexpected whiteout conditions. Review your company winter driving policy and programs and check to be sure vehicles are properly winterized, including having the correct tires. Make sure all drivers are winter driving qualified, especially people coming in from warmer climates. Our follow-up interview with Seismos CEO Panos Adamopoulos is primarily about new technology, but also might be of interest for those of you looking for career opportunities, especially if you have completions and AI knowledge and experience.
We are growing so fast that we are thirsty for people. And we're looking for people, and we have completions teams, engineering teams, sales teams. So we're looking for talent anywhere that we can find it.
Here's part of his response when asked about the launch of Seismos AI.
So yes, we're launching Seismos AI. Actually, was launched this month. It's the first AI ever focused on completion optimization. But what makes it very powerful is that it combines all the available data, treatment, operational data, field data, to subsurface fracture measurements that are streaming in real time. So essentially, I'm doing things, I have my known data points, but I also have my fracture measurements that are coming in real time. All of these are blending together, and now I'm able to really find that optimal recipe, out of those hundreds of different completions variables that will lead to the optimal outcome. And I'm the one defining that optimal outcome, because the way you use an AI product is you pretty much define what you're looking for, right? So I want to optimize the extension of my system. Or I may want to optimize near-field complexity, right? Or far-field conductivity. So I set that up front to the system, and essentially what it does is it takes measurements, treatment data, everything lumps into the machine learning platform, and essentially it helps me do 90% of the legwork.
Finally, we got a chance to get up close and personal and look at the new hardware and talk a bit more about the measurements that are taken. Here's what he had to say.
We measure reflections and we invert those reflections for information that is meaningful to the completion engineer. And the completion engineer is interested in the geometry and performance of a stage. Geometry is very easy for you to understand, length, width, height. Performance is defined by other data points, such as the complexity of the network, the conductivity of the network, the complexity in the near-field regime, in the far-field regime. Those are the things that are important. So yes, there is a geophysical process included. Yes, there's always acoustic models that you have to use. You have to match your real data to your models. There's a well-known process in processing the data, and of course, all these are parts of the processing. But it all starts with the acoustics that we introduce into the system, because if you don't know what you're introducing into the system, you can't really know what to expect, right? So that's part of the equation. Then there's lots of IP and knowledge in how can I improve my signal to noise ratio. That's another very key component. There's lots of processing techniques that we're doing. We have a very advanced approach on that end.
Now, you should look for the entire interview in our full story tab of oilfieldnetworknews.com later this month. Here's the rig count for the end of November. Now, even though the rig count has not rebounded just yet, there are still opportunities with exciting new companies like Seismos. Other larger companies are also incenting early retirement, so keep on networking with groups like the Pay It Forward networking programs, where we'd like to thank Salim Hanan for taking the lead role the past few months, and all of the Highlanders who volunteer. Please check their website and go meet some people who want to help you find your next career move. Everyone agrees networking is key to finding your next job. That's it for December. Have a safe and happy close to 2019, and we'll see you again in January 2020.